and it's on.
That's because you were looking at the video of
I
yourself.
know, I'm just saying that down somewhere.
Oh.
Down, down, there, right there.
Virginia, you might want to
Okay.
put something on here.
All right.
Good.
Mollie, Silver Splash 2.
Living.
Got it?
Yep.
Okay.
Got you too.
I switched chairs because you make a good narrator.
Oh.
You can narrate away.
Just watch
And hold
the,
up pictures, you do that
Okay.
as well.
I'm gonna, if you're not moving much, I'm zooming.
I get real messy over
There.
here.
Jump in the towel.
Poor Regina got
Another
showered.
tip, and I think you all are all doing it. I never paint with my water.
That's not mine, that's
Here.
mine that
So you
went
don't
up.
trip.
Yeah, I'm gonna move this right here. I never paint with my water over my paper. Because I have,
That would be a good idea. That could be a disaster.
oh yeah, and I've done it
Stand
before.
right over this camera.
Okay. As usual,
If you
when
put
I'm
right
doing a
here.
fruit that's anything but purple, I like to put yellow under it so I can get a glow, because I don't know how to do it from the top side. So I just went in here and I used gamboge on both the lemons and the limes. My reference page on these limes, these were old limes, but I liked them. I have yellow, I have blemish spots. See those blemish spots? Because I have the blemish spots, and this is yellows up here. Yellows. You can't put yellow on top of green. So, anyway, I'm going to, I think I'll start with the limes. And this is going to be sap and sap green. I'll put it right here. It needs to be sort of a bright green to start with. You know how I like to put a dab of color somewhere and just work around. A bit more water, a little bit more deep sap. Oops, too much. Okay, we'll start up here at the top, and I'll just blow some in. Okay, take all the paint out of my brush, dry it, and mop it around. Just mop it around a little bit. I'm going to try to leave this when you touch it. I'm going to try to leave some holes this first round. I want it dark up there. I just want to work it down. And try not to go back up in there and it'll stay clean. If you want it darkened later, drop some in there. If you want to darken it later, let it dry first and then come back. Some of these areas, if you put too much in too quick, you're going to cover up all the yellow. So I'm leaving some of this area in here. If you want to take a little bit out, just do some dabs and then leave it alone. Because that yellow is going to show up as a lighter green when I come back with maybe one more pass. I'll only make 2 passes on this. Okay. So this one here, we'll do the same thing, tip, tip, tip. This needs to stay yellow because that's the blush on the lemon. So try to just sort of cover up your line there. Clean your brush. Just let the water run around. And if you don't try to design with it, you'll have a whole lot better look. See, I'm just mopping. I'm not really paying attention. And that's basically the first area. I think I'm going to cover that up to make get that light in. There's a green up here I like called shadow green, and it's real dark. Sort of a deep, can you see that down there? It's sort of a deep green. I sort of like to put in a little bit of that at the bottom. But I'm
Who
gonna,
makes shadow green?
Holbein.
Okay.
I only have 2 Holbeins, and one is my permanent red that I love, and that's shadow green. But I'm gonna have something else that
What?
Debbie showed me, that cerulean.
Deb was sitting, or Beverly was sitting.
While your paint's wet, should have dropped some in there. Let's see if that's still wet. Nope, nope, nope. It's okay. While your paint is still wet, you can drop colors in, and if you don't really go back into it, it'll bleed into your colors. See, I'm gonna you can do lots if you don't go back into the basic, and I'm gonna say that a jillion times. Now, mop this around a little bit. I'm not getting up here. I'm not really getting down here. I'm just mopping the edges. So, and the paint's not real thin, but this gives texture and bumps. And see, I'm not paying a bit of attention there. Let that dry. We'll go to our lemons. I wish I'd left more yellow there. Did I leave more yellow there? Yep, that would have been pretty. And in the middle, you're going to have some blemishes that are going to be, well, let's see if I can get that out of there. You're going to have some blemishes that are going to be basically the burnt orange. Oh yeah, that'll work. While that's still damp, I can put a little bit more yellow back in. If I tap it. You don't brush it, you just tap it. All right, we'll leave that and go on to the lemons. Lemons, gamboge.
And you've got one line in the reflection.
I'll do that in a minute because on the reflection, I'll do that with one hit. I don't have to do anything but just a hint of lights and darks with some yellow because, oh, what did I do there? It's called a mistake. Let's see, but since I have red in this painting, oh, this is going to be in the reflection of the spout, so that'll work. And this is going to be, where is that? Oh, that'll just be something on the tablecloth. Nobody will see but us. I've got that dirty. I use lots of towels. Okay, on the lemon. Gamboge, might put a touch of that in here so I can pull it in if I want. My gamboge is gamboge hue, and I think everybody else uses new gamboge, which all the manufacturers use different things. So whatever color you like, whatever color you know what's going to work with that color, that's what you use. Am I getting stuff on y'all? Oh, okay. So,
You're just giving your extras.
oh, good, thank you. So I think because this lemon's in the back, I'm going to start on it. And again, you just put some paint in, dibble-dab it around. I'm going to leave that a minute. Put some more paint here. Here, dibble-dab it around. But try to keep that middle clean. You want to keep this white right there. Oh, right here. You want to keep some lights. So I have water on the brush, and that's going to make a clean edge. Got it? Just a little bit darker. Then I'll come back in while it's wet, drop some more, drop some more. See, that's almost done for right now till I put the other shadows in, because that's just like 3 hits of gamboge, but you let it dry before you really go in. But see, I'm still saving these lights in here.
Is that mineral violet that you've got next to it?
Where?
The dark that you put in?
No, this was just a touch of
Crocodile sienna.
Yeah,
The
help
what?
me. No, this is burnt orange. This is
Oh,
Quinn burnt
burnt
orange, which is, didn't you say that was the same thing?
It's close.
This is my regular sienna, and this is the burnt orange.
Uh-huh.
And I just gravitated over to this one, but I bet you if it was Quinn sienna, I wouldn't be using that. But all of my Quins are Daniel Smith because I don't know any better. That's who I learned. Have a real limited palette. These 2 oranges, these 2 yellows, these 4 or 5 reds, 2 greens, cobalt, ultramarine, neutral tint, cerulean. And I'm really fond of Quinn magenta, but that's it. I could just clean out all these other wells. See all these little dibby dabs of stuff on my palette? These are things that people have given me and I liked it, so I just left it. Pat, if ever Pat would die. Pat puts her palette in the dishwasher. But anyway.
She does?
Yes, she cleans it in the dishwasher.
Oh my God.
And I never clean mine out, so it's a running joke. Okay, see these edges? What you basically done, I might be done here. I might not go back in there, but I'm gonna put some more around. Tip, 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 tip. Need my brush. Clean it out. Underneath here, oh, these lemons are a little bit orangey. That's all right. Underneath here is going to be darker, but I'm going to have to put some gamboge in and come in with some of that and make me a little shadow. While this is still wet, I'm going to drop some in here and go ahead and start this deepening of some shadows. I'm just tapping it in. Because the lemon here, this little node right here, if you just put a piece down right there, this was the burnt orange, just put a little down, touch it with water and just get out of it, just let it dry. Right here would have been another blemish on the lemon, so I've darkened this gamboge a little bit with the orange, and it's still wet, so I just touched it in there. Same thing here, just touched it in there, because I want it to just show up as a little darkened place, maybe a blemish. Okay, put some more up here. I sort of like to lightly do my shadows in as I'm drawing, so I'll know I need to address that area, or that was something I wanted to do. This is a little bit darker in here. I forgot that part, so. But this lemon is going to be this lemon. When it dries, I might come back in and do one more little hit, but basically, that's all right. Because every one of them is going to be different, but I did want to soften that edge. But I've still retained these lights in this lemon. See that right there? Mm-hmm. Just keep the lights. Okay, let's go back on our line. Greens, greens. And because these are they're just garish greens, but we're going to save some light places so we can put some of that orange in for the blemishes. So with the side of my brush, I just start coming back in. Tip, tip, tip. Tip, tip, tip. Down here. Oops. Tip, tip, tip. It is, it is. One of the things, and we got to talking about it, looking at wine is a pretty easel thing. I don't like that. I stand up and paint and I have a full range of motion. I'm so short that if I have a half sheet and I'm sitting down, I can't get up there. Yes. But also a plus of being 5 feet is that, you know, it doesn't hurt me to stand up because I can just prop myself. I'm not really bending over. Mm-hmm. So I understand when you can't stand up and paint.
Paint at the bar.
What?
Paint at the bar.
Paint at the bar. Okay, that's dry enough there. So I decided I wanted some really dark jibbies in the bottom of this lemon.
Painting.
And I know that I've been in there with water, so I know I'm gonna have some darks that are gonna float. See that? And it's gonna make some texture. But I had to let it dry enough, and I'm not really paying attention where that brush is going. Let's see, I think I'll put one there. Because I want to put some browns in here for a little blemishes. Put one up there. While this is still sort of wet, I'll go on and try one. There's one. This is going to be around the stem. And I think, let's put, oh shoot, I paint off the wrong photograph a lot. So, but see, that just shows you, you don't have to, nobody knows what you're painting. If you want some dark somewhere, stick them in. This lemon right here needs to be thrown in the garbage disposal. Look at all this brown part, but it makes it interesting. And I'm leaving a couple of hard looking lines. Let that dry. Put a little bit more bright in here. But when it dries, it's going to look rough like a lemon. I'm not going to cover those spots up yet. Get them down here, put a little bright in. See how I'm just tiptoeing around with that brush? Baby, wouldn't this make you crazy?
Yeah.
I should have made this rounder, but I'll pretend this is, when I come in here with the shadows, I'll pretend this is a deeper shadow in here. It'll be round. All right, I'm going to put some orange in this stem. Bleed it out into the green just a little bit when you're doing that stem, or where that came from. And if you just touch, when you've been in with paint, if you just go back in and touch it while it's still damp somewhere, it'll just diffuse and you won't have your hard edges unless you want a hard edge. Here's me a hard edge. I don't see one yet. That I'll leave because you want, again, a variation in your colors. I can do one here. On that lemon, I can leave that there. And if I don't like it, I can, since this is transparent paint, I can take it out. Okay. I'm going to have a blemish here. That paint was wet. See how it's just sort of, this paint was still a little bit wet, and I put it in there, and it just blends out really, really neatly. I'm going to put another one. Yeah, that's all right. You don't want to overwork it. Okay. Next thing let's do is, since we have the lemons in here, let's mix up some silver. Who's got some clean paint? Baby's got clean paint.
Some what?
I need some clean paint. That's yellow.
Not paint, water.
I mean water. I mean water. I need some clean water.
Molly.
Oh, thank you. This'll work.
Look at it right
This'll
here.
work. And this'll say that's clean because it's a different container. When I paint, I always like to have one clean and one dirty. Some of you guys can paint with dirty water and it's fine. There she stands with that gorgeous crystal she did. Okay. So, here goes the silver. This is the ultramarine, the midnight blue, which can be your Endenthrone. And this is the neutral tint. See how dark that neutral tint is? That's just like gray. But when you mix them together, and you don't want to be mixing a little bitty puddle.
Okay, what did you say was a good alternative blue to the midnight?
Endenthrone.
And is there another one? Because what about indigo?
No,
No.
indigo's dead.
Okay.
Indigo's a real
You
dead.
can do it with ultramarine
How about
and
You can make your own with ultramarine and
burn
sienna.
umber will make a perfect black gray.
Sienna.
Okay.
but this is,
Umber or sienna?
Sienna. Sienna and
Umber.
Burnt
Oh.
I mean, sienna and ultramarine.
Like, burnt
Okay.
sienna or just sienna?
I'm just lazy.
Burnt sienna.
I do
Okay,
that.
sienna.
I'm just
You do
lazy
well.
and don't want to. See, that's pretty blue. So I need to get some.
Gray.
I need to get some more gray in here.
I have paints.
This is gonna be a dark gray when I get it where I like it.
Oh, yum. Look at that.
Let's see. Judy, where's that? Is this yours? Here.
Are you painting with that one?
That's mine.
That's hers.
Oh, okay.
Not that it's terribly important.
This is what I'm at. Okay. This is just whatever.
Unless she has to sign it.
Yeah.
Okay. When you put it down like this, you can bleed it out to nothing. So on your palette, you need to have a real light puddle, a medium puddle, and then a stronger puddle. See, this is pretty light to me. This puddle is almost like this, and I just pulled a little bit out to use it.
Or you do want it like.
You want a light and a medium and a dark. No, really, you do, because you don't have time. You don't have time to be mixing and trying to hit the same color. So you want some different kind of puddles. See, that's pretty light, and I put a lot of the neutral tint. Okay. So I'm gonna paint it off of. I'm gonna paint it off of this. No, I'm not. I'm gonna paint it off my reference. Where is it? This is the one right here. I have left this area in here so it will be white right there. See that little area right there? So I'm going to start in behind this. Is that wet? I'm going to start in behind here and just fill in the blank with this light, because I know I'm going to come back in a minute with some dark. But I'm going to try to keep this as light as I can.
And that's for your medium.
This is for medium. And I'm really using the line of the bowl. I'm not doing it solid. I'm picking it up and putting it down. I'm using the line of the bowl to put a little gray in. I'm going to put a little gray in above it too, because when I come back and darken, see, I'm just barely tipping over there. And I haven't gone back into the gray paint at all, because I want it real light to start with. I'm over here now. There. See, I'm painting off of this. I'm going to paint just a real light little area, and I'm going to leave my line